Can't stand to stand me, won't stand for it, even stand will stand for me. Take the stand, minutes of YouTube truth. I know you can't stand it. Trauma and drama, this is relative hatred.
Well, I just had a recurring memory. I would say it's repression, you know. But it's from like 90, was it 93, 94, when I went to Poland for a vacation. My cousin Robert over there, he went there. He was wearing like baggy clothes. It was like black and stuff. I think you know. It was a name brand, I don't think, but it was it's like jean shorts. And he had these sneakers, and he wore that for like a month. The same clothes every day, you know. And it was just getting to the point. It was disgusting. And then it's like I guess people say, "Oh, you didn't defend him." It's like he hated on me. He disrespected me. I didn't want to hang out with him and stuff like that. He was just like boring and annoying. And he was trying to be fake. Like he was trying to put, "Oh, I'm from America." Come from there. I think it was just attention grabbing. You know. I guess I was repulsed by it. I wanted to go like to the river, maybe swimming pool. I wanted to talk to girls and shit. In Poland. Like I was going on 14, so I was like, oh, let me talk to some chicks and shit, man. But like he was just fucking annoying, man. He was just he's like that. He likes to put that out there. He's like a little cocky guy. He's very slow as well. Not very slow, but he could be ignorant. He could get angry at stuff. Especially when he doesn't understand. He's trying to explain it to him. So me and him always got in confrontation and conflicts. There was a vacation Poland. I went there, he went there, and it was like I was like, I'm just gonna go my own way, man. I remember I went to I want to say Czechoslovakia, the Czech side, and it was in Slovenia, the Czech side, I believe, and it was like in the mountains and stuff, like for 2 weeks. Then I came back and I was at my grandfather's house, and I would go into the town, but I would walk around through the forest and stuff like that, the one they had there. But the thing about him, and I'm making fun of it because it was horrible. But a month or so went by. I think we went for 2 months actually, me and him. At the end or something, like he never took his sneakers off. I don't know if he slept in them, but he started developing like the sneaker was eating at his side, at his heel, and he never took it off. He never took care of it, and then it was just swollen, and like they had to cut it with and pus came out. And the thing I remember always about him, and he said that, I was like, what? He was like, oh, Jesus went through so much pain, why can't I? I was like, wow, man. Also remember a Saint Anthony. They talked Saint Anthony of Padua. They talked about when he was a juvenile, he was an adolescent, he would put rocks or stone on his bed to like feel pain when he slept. It's like sadistic to yourself to overcome, to have pain, and then people say, oh, it humbles you. It's like, why put yourself to that pain? Why can't you like the good things in life? Not hurting yourself. But he always had those sneakers on in that wardrobe for like forever. And I always saw him in the town square because in Europe, in Latin America, actually, I think I was told that, but in Europe, like in Poland, they have a town square and a road goes through it or around it. He would always be around there where like people would come out. Then it was a common phrase that he would say here, in America, in our u nas v Americe, in America, like where we're from and stuff. Anyway, he was there for like a year, something. But it's like he was young, and even then he just tried to put that out that he was from the States, this and that thing. But I just ignored him, and yeah, he was the guy. Like I remember either before or after that. Actually, I think it was after Poland. We lived in Elizabeth, and I was painting the fence, and he comes over, and he was just, talking, and just, him and his mom, and I know he stared, he looking at me like he was trying to, he was pissed off at me, he was trying to get my attention and shit. I just, I was trying to ignore him. I started getting aggravated, and, but what he started saying was like, he doesn't need to wash his boxers because he don't want to waste money on water. And he said, I could go to the store, and, tomorrow I got money, I could buy myself a new pair of boxers. I got money. Like a cocky little person, But the sense that people will defend that. Let's say you spend, just for inflation, right? $5 for like what, a set of boxers or whatever, right? How much money are you gonna spend on water when you put it with the rest of the laundry? It's a ridiculous argument. He was just always grimy and nasty, Like I don't know, say so, but he would stink. You know, imagine like he goes to defecate, he doesn't, even if you properly you take care of that, you know, there's always residue. I don't think he ever did. So it was just his box was stained with like, you know, brown and all that stuff. He's disgusting, you know. And you know, he came to our house that day. You know, I was trying to pay him and his mother. Just, you know, like they're outside in our backyard. It was just gross and disgusting. Like, why am I need to even hear this stuff, man? You know, like it's like the same thing in Poland, man. It's like I want to ignore it. I want to just, you know, do my life, man. You know, I'm here doing something, and you know, I was just getting. It was like a mental. I was just getting in the form of it. I was enjoying it. I was moving, and this guy comes around and I stop. You know, it's like it was just so freaking annoying, man. You know, and I made a YouTube video about the guy like 19 minutes long, and you know he doesn't watch, he doesn't care for that. But I talk about all his, you know, narrow-mindedness, this, you know, thing, how, you know, he got tan, he's like George Floyd, he's come to Africa, some stuff. You know, it's just about your like idiot fucking jokes. You know, it's not that he's angry at the system about this and the other thing. He trivializes everything, and you know he acted like a fucking clown. You know, but that's how I remember Robski from.